What's up, guys? Welcome back again to Pimp Daddy Estro. Sorry for the long hiatus. I know we have not talked since, I can't even remember exactly when my last video was. It was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Something ridiculously long. I know Black Friday passed this Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And now Christmas is vastly approaching us. And so I haven't really been able to get much out, but the reason is because I was in Japan for a few days and I actually got to pick up a couple sweet things. And when I was there, I was actually looking for some sort of Transformer, Gundam. There's plenty of those around, but I was looking specifically for more like a Transformer knockoff, and I kind of found it. That being the Takara Tomy, and I've already opened these up. I tried to review these in Japan on my phone, and it was a complete disaster. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna open them up, play with them a little bit, and actually review them when I get back. So this is the Takara Tomy Police Braver set, and these are actually Nissan GTRs, and I think this is a Honda bike, which is really cool. But these are what I picked up. It's a Police Braver set, so if you ever see these on eBay or Mercari, that's what they're called, Police Braver Zero. And we'll be more focusing on this one today, which is the undercover version. And here you have the Honda GTR, or excuse me, whoa, sorry guys, Nissan GTR, and then the Honda bike. But as you can see here on the box art, let's see, I'm trying to get it with no glare, but a lot of really unique design, which really caught my eye for this. On the side, you kind of have transforming pictures, some nice box art. I really wish these American toy companies would take note from these guys. On the back here, you have the two vehicles transformed, and the unique thing about this actual transforming toy is that the gimmick is that this little robot helps these guys transform. So you cannot transform one of these vehicles unless you have that little robot, and I'll show that in here in a second. I thought it was a really silly gimmick at first, but then I turned to actually really like it. I thought it was cool. But overall, pretty good. Picked this up for, I think, 3,400 yen, which the exchange rate right now, I think, is like 140 yen to $1. So you do the math, probably around that $30 price tag for two action figures, two kind of action figures, because they can't really transform without this little robot guy. There's only one of him in this whole box. So that's a bummer, but I was pleasantly surprised by this. So we'll get right into the review, and we will actually do a size comparison with a repaint of the Police Braver, as well as a size comparison with our standard Transformers Legacy line action figure. So guys, stay tuned while I get these set up. All right guys, now that we have the Police Braver Zero set out of the box, which it was already out of the box, but as you can see here, we do have one vehicle transformed and one vehicle not transformed. Why, you may ask? Because of this little doohickey right here on the middle. I do not have the decals on it, but these are the little eyes of this robot that actually connect the rear of the vehicle to the top of the vehicle, making it a transformed undercover police officer. And while he's transformed, his sidekick, the Honda motorbike, is not. And I don't think I've actually transformed this guy yet, so that will be pretty cool to actually get him. But for accessories for at least the Nissan GTR, he does come with this really cool looking revolver. No real detail on it. It's just black, but it looks really neat. Real sucker for it. But overall, as you can see here, paint-wise for the actual transform version, on his little head here, you do see his visor is green, as well as some golds, a little bit of red, and the blacks, of course, because he is an undercover. On the actual figure itself, you do see golds, a little bit of red for the siren that's on top of the rear of the vehicle. And the back, oh my gosh, this looks awful. It's like they really skimped out in the back. You see the little metal rods going through that help the action figure articulate. And it's just very, very bare. This is probably his weak spot if he is criminals behind him, I'm assuming. But anyway, overall, pretty good. Articulation, I just did that a second ago. But is decent. Ratchet joints on the arms and legs. The legs are on these little ball pegs here. They will slip out and they will fall out. So just, I have to be very careful with them. And overall, the plastic on this figurine is very much cheaper than the Transformers Legacy line. Just an FYI, before you buy this action figure and pay some money for customs and stuff like that, this figure is much cheaper plastic and is more likely to break or scratch, so you got to be careful. But anyway, guys, I am going to actually transform this guy to his vehicle mode and then transform the motorbike to the transform mode. Then we'll do some size comparisons after. So guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, now that we have the Honda actually transformed and the Nissan GTR back to its vehicle form, as you can tell, this is pretty hot garbage. Cool concept, I think, all the way up to the legs are awesome, the chest is awesome, the arms are, I don't even know what to say about the arms, to be honest. And then the head area, I'm just like, it kind of like looks like it has like a chicken design or something, or a very small bird. But this is basically the only way I can have this action figure stand up. On the back here, as you can see, he's kind of stands on his muffler or his exhaust. And the other wheel kind of got the fender. I mean, I guess, yeah, there we are. I guess we can stand. Oh, be very careful with him. Oh man. Yeah, he's kind of got this crouching position going on right now. Paint aesthetics doesn't look bad. He's got a little bit of gray in there, and I think maybe the Nissan actually does as well on his vehicle. But the silvers, they look okay. The one thing I will say about this, and the Transformers line does not got down bad at all. They've got tail lights, man. That's awesome. They even got a little GTR logo back there, as well as this is actually branded by Honda as well, somewhere on it, I believe. Yeah, right there. And I think maybe that's why these figures are kind of on the pricey range for being so cheap, because they're actually modeled and inspired after real cars that you can identify and collect, which I think is really awesome. But look at the arms here. Like, what's going on? I think the model for this was maybe a chicken. The back, oh, good lord. That's the robot piece there. Took me a while to figure out how to do this one, but, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But the head in particular, I see what they were going with the arms. The legs, get it. The chest, I get it. The head, oh my goodness. It's like he has a bowl or some sort of divot here. I get it, his head comes out of there, but man, you've got to hide that because it looks terrible, honestly. And then the paint D effects on the helmet here look very bad. I don't know if that's from bringing his head in and out of here. No, maybe not. It's just the gold is very worn down, and you can see the black underneath it. But overall, not too bad. We'll do a size comparison because I do have the other GTR here. It's actually part of the police braver. Just like the normal policemen don't fall. What it would look like if the other GTR was standing right beside him. And this is the base police officer GTR. So he stands much taller than him. Yes, why not add another robot so you could have both of them standing side by side? It would be really awesome. Let's see if I can get him to turn around from me. Okay. Again, very, very poor attention to detail on the back. I guess they were doing what they can. And honestly, these figures on your shelf are going to be facing forward, hopefully. Maybe not even in too many battle poses, because that's just going to expose them and make them look really bad. But overall, not bad. Let's go ahead and do a quick size comparison. Here we have Wild Rider, and man, he kind of towers over these guys quite a bit in quality, and oh yeah, there's no comparison. But overall, I think these figures are really cool. The GTR version transformed is really, really neat, and I really do recommend it, honestly. If you can get the GTR versions of these figures, that'd be really cool. I'm not sure how the Terrain one is either, the romance car, but they look pretty neat. But overall, for the price tag, if you are in Japan and you happen to pick these up for a really good steal, get it. I did pick it up from Don Quixote, and that's a pretty big store over there in Japan, and you should be able to find it for a fairly cheap price. I don't know how often stuff go on clearance there, but I did find it in the toy section at that store. And it might even be cheaper at a different store, so who knows. But overall, guys, I did really enjoy adding something from Japan as these Takara Tomy Police Braver sets to my collection. I think they'll make a interesting piece in my Transformers collection, being that they look a lot cheaper, but still very interesting. But I hope you guys enjoy this content. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. I have a ton of content that's coming up. Here in a minute, I'll give you a quick preview on what all that is, but stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a very safe Christmas and have a wonderful time. Spend it with family, and I will see you guys next time on Pimp Daddy Destro. Take care, guys.